Hi guys. In tonight's video, I want to talk to those of you that are considering doing the carnivore, ketovore diet, but you're just not sure. I'm going to give you the top reasons why I think you might want to give it a try, why you might benefit from it. And then I'm going to talk about the things that I've experienced in just the 8 weeks that I've been on it. As of tomorrow, it'll be 8 weeks. And it's been transformational. So I want to share that with you. So get yourself something to drink because I'm going to be talking for a while, and then come back and join me. If you're like a lot of people these days, you're probably not feeling your best. You're foggy headed, you're just tired, fatigued all the time. Maybe you're achy and you have just headaches all the time. You just feel like crap. It's not your fault. It's what they're putting in our foods nowadays. You know, you go to the grocery store and you think you're buying healthy foods. You're trying. You know, a lot of foods are labeled healthy. Unfortunately, they're not. And so now you're thinking, you got to take it serious. You got to do something about it. But what do? There's so many different diets out there, and, you know, they're all bad diets or whatever, because that's what diets are. But you really want to change your habits. You want a new eating lifestyle. And that's why I hope that you'll consider the ketovore, carnivore way of eating. I've tried every diet under the sun. I've listed them all multiple times. I'll be 63 next month. I've even had weight loss surgery. And yeah, sure, I've lost some weight on some of them, but I've never been able to sustain them. None of them were sustainable for me. And I'm only 8 weeks into the carnivore diet. I may not be able to do this forever, but I have had no problem doing it for the past 8 weeks. And that alone is quite an accomplishment for me, because most diets, I don't usually last this long. The only other time I lasted this long was when I did the Atkins diet. And this is similar to that because it is a low carbohydrate diet, but it's different than the Atkins diet because you're not going to be counting your carbs. You're not counting calories, and that alone makes it a lot easier. The first thing that you need to know about being on the carnivore diet is that it's simple. It's simple because you are very limited on what you're going to eat. You're going to be eating meat, beef, poultry, even fish, butter, eggs, and a little bit of dairy. Now, you can include a little more as far as carbs go. You might include, like I did, I had some avocado. I even had some Brussels sprouts. And I just did that at the beginning, kind of to get me over the hump. You can't really dive in head first. I felt like I did to some extent. I think I could have gone a little bit easier, but I was just so excited about doing this. And I kind of messed myself up. I went into ketosis, or didn't go into ketosis. I got the keto flu. And I think if you ease yourself into it, that's not supposed to happen. But I just was so excited about doing it. But like I said, it's really simple. You know, you're going to cut out all sugars and carbohydrates and overprocessed foods. So when there's one fly in the whole house, and it has to be near me. And I took a shower, so it's not. But anyway, so yeah, you're going to be cutting out all those foods, even artificial sweeteners. Although, like I said, I cheated when I first started because, I wasn't disciplined enough to just totally go whole hog into it. Some people are. I wasn't. And I know if I had, I would have just burned out that much faster. So I eased myself into it. They said sometimes it takes up to 6 weeks. It just depends on you. But for me, the first 2 weeks were really tough because I was kicking a sugar habit, a very long sugar habit I've had for years. So I had to be really careful about it. But yeah, it was easy in the aspect that you're not going to be, counting carbs, counting calories, and you're going to eat a very limited variety of foods. But the thing is, those foods that you're eating are so, high protein, high fat, that they're extremely satiating. You're not going to be hungry. I know on every other diet I've ever gone on, every other diet, I ended up being hungry at some point during the day, or I'd go to bed hungry. And that made it so hard. I felt deprived. I felt deprived. I don't feel that way on this diet. When I'm hungry, I eat. I tested that theory out. I was like, because doctors are saying, eat when you're hungry. Don't count carbs. Don't count calories. And I thought, yeah, right. But I did it because I thought I'm hungry and I'm craving sugar. So instead of grabbing something sweet, I would eat some bacon, the fattiest meat I could find, right? And just ate a lot of meat. I did snack on nuts. I snacked on almonds at the beginning. I did that for about 2 weeks. No, not even 2 weeks. It was more like a week, but it was, um, I was learning about oxalates at that time. And once I realized how bad they were, I did cut them out and I switched them with other nuts. I started eating pistachios and macadamia nuts for lunch because I needed something to that high protein, and it did help me. I'm not recommending it for everybody, but for me, it was beneficial. Eventually, I was able to give them up. Now I don't feel like I necessarily needed to, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, yeah, I was just eating the meat and eggs, boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, fried eggs. Even some people make deviled eggs with a carnivore type mayonnaise, and I don't know. I guess they made it themselves. Some you can buy. I never tried it, so I don't know. But yeah, I just ate when I was hungry. My husband makes a lot of meat, and sometimes there would be cold meat in the fridge. We just slice it up thin. It was like deli meat to me, and I would eat that. And if I really needed a snack, something salty, crunchy, I would have pork rind nachos. And I learned that from Dr. Atkins. So what I would do is just take a plate of pork rinds, throw some shredded cheese on there, pop them in the microwave, and it satisfied me. I felt, like I was eating nachos. It was cheesy and salty and crunchy, and you could even put sour cream on them or some avocado, guacamole. But so yeah, I was eating a lot because I needed to. Not a lot compared to most people because I do have the lap band, but a lot for me because I normally don't eat a lot. I was just eating the wrong foods. So now I'm eating more, and I'm feeling satiated. I'm not going to bed hungry. I'm not hungry during the course of the day. And that was a huge, huge help. I also continue drinking coffee. Coffee is a plant-based food or, drink. And a lot of people say no, but a lot of people say it's fine. It really won't make that much of a difference. So, a lot of people drink it and have no issues with it. Some people can't. They do have issues with it. And that's another thing about this diet. It's more of an elimination diet than anything else. You are going to eliminate all the bad foods. And eating a high protein, high fat diet is what is going to help you do that. You can't do that on any other diet. I couldn't. I've tried. So yeah, by eating, lots of meat, high fatty foods, I know that's hard for a lot of us to wrap our heads around because we were taught the complete opposite for years and years. Studies showed, and, we always thought it meant heart disease, gout, cancer, all kind of diabetes. But now we're finding out, new studies show that that's not necessarily true. And we're finding out that the old studies were funded by big pharma and the food industry so that we would eat more grains and carbohydrates and things that they were selling. So they're not necessarily legitimate. Also, we're learning different about cholesterol, that we always thought, a certain cholesterol level just meant you're a ticking time bomb. You're going to have a heart attack. Years ago, the threshold for cholesterol levels was 300. I think they said it was in the 50s, and then they were able to get it lowered to 200, so that if your cholesterol is over 200, they can get you on some pills. And yeah, we're finding out that that's not even necessary. It will extend your life, I think they said, by 3 days if you're taking cholesterol meds, but that's another video. We'll talk about that later. I don't necessarily know all the science behind that, but a lot of doctors do. And if you really are curious, just go online and I'm sure you'll find somebody that can explain it to you far better than I can. But anyway, so you're going to be doing that. You're going to be eating lots of meat and eggs and butter and fatty foods, and you're not going to feel deprived. And you're going to be eating, good, wholesome food, one ingredient foods, maybe two, maybe they've added salt. Of course, there is a problem with bacons. You got to be careful with bacons. Bacons, a lot of them have a lot of sugar in them. So just read the ingredients if you're going to go that route. I had to, and sometimes it's hard to find, but it's important. But in the beginning, it doesn't matter. In the beginning, you're just trying to get over your sugar addiction, your carb addiction. So eat meat, just eat whatever you can find. You know, some people even eat hot dogs, you know, and you eat our ground hamburger, and you predominantly want to eat red meat, beef, but you can eat poultry, you can eat fish, sardines, as long as they're not in seed oils, oysters, that type of thing. That's a good lunch, you know, like tuna packed in water, you know, you can take that to work. So yeah, I don't think you'll have a hard time finding things to take to work. You know, boil up some eggs, maybe a few thin slices of cheese, and then some cold deli meat. You know, like my husband made tri-tip, sliced it real thin. You know, it was wonderful, and no carbs, and that's, you know, I've been doing that, and maybe even throwing a few nuts. Don't tell them I told you that, but you know, it worked for me. It may not work for you. Some people do have problems with nuts. So, and that's the whole point of this. We're going to find out what you can't have. Some people have to eliminate everything. Some people literally just have meat, salt, water, because anything else causes them issues that they didn't even realize until they eliminated those things. And that's going to make a huge difference, a huge difference. Make sure you have some electrolytes. Some doctors say you don't need it. You just need to use the right kind of salt and make sure you use plenty of it, and you shouldn't have any problems. I did. I think I was losing weight too fast at the beginning, and so it caused me issues. Those are the reasons I think you should consider it. Like I said, it's easy, it's satiating, it's healthy, and I know meat is expensive, but think of all the food you're not going to be buying, you know, so it kind of balances out. You'll have more money to eat foods, and you don't have to eat expensive foods. You don't have to eat steak. You can, like I said, you can eat ground beef. You can eat hot dogs, you know, whatever, just so that you're just eating meat and you're not eating the carbs and you're not eating the sugars. And then as you get into this, you can change things. You can tweak it to do a little bit better. Eventually, the goal would be to cut out everything that is causing you issues: seed oils, sugars, carbohydrates, grains. You know, that's where the problems come in for most of us. I'm at the point where what I'm eating now, and I haven't gone completely full carnivore, although some people say I am, because 70% of my diet or more is meat. But I'm still eating a few other things. I'm still using coffee and a little bit of dairy, but I don't have any digestive issues. Some people will have because of the dairy or even the coffee. They have to eliminate that. I've been fortunate. I haven't had any issues in that area, so I'm fine. You know, thank God, because I do like my morning coffee. I think that would have been really difficult, giving up sugars and carbs and all that stuff and coffee. I mean, like, come on. Just kill me now. There's, you know, you got to have something. I don't have anything else. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't even take any medication. So at least give me my coffee, right? And with heavy cream in it, it's amazing. It's, you know, and I even put a little bit of cinnamon in it sometimes. You know, it's fall and I can't have pumpkin spice. So, you know, you do what you got to do to get by. But tomorrow will be 8 weeks that I've been doing this. Not only have I lost weight, and that was not even my original goal. My original goal of doing this was to feel better, because I had been feeling so crappy for so long. I was starting to just think, this is just the way it is. I'm old, I'm overweight. I just, you know, I'm screwed. I'm just going to feel like this, and it's just going to get worse. And all I wanted to do was put the brakes on it. So when I found this and I started doing it, and I had such amazing results, it just blew my mind. I was not expecting to feel this good that fast. It was amazing. And so imagine how someone who's younger and healthier might fare on this diet. I'm 63 next month. You know, I'm old, unhealthy, and it's, you know, been doing amazing things already. For instance, like I've said repeatedly, I think it's because I'm eliminating all these foods that were causing me inflammation, but the meat has allowed me to do that. I no longer have inflammation. And that was a huge deal with me. I had pain in my shoulders and my knees and my hips. It was terrible. all the time. I'd get up in the morning and I would just ache. The first thing I'd have to do is take a hot shower and pop a few Tylenol. That was my life every day just to get going. And I live in a 2-story house. So walking downstairs was a nightmare in the morning. Sometimes I'd have to walk down sideways because it just hurt so bad. That is completely gone. Like, I've never had any pain before. And besides that pain, I've had a knee injury that I thought was going to require surgery. I was walking with a cane/hiking stick. That's gone like it never ever happened. Never happened. And doctors didn't even know how to deal with it. They were like going to do physical therapy and pain meds and that kind of stuff. Nope, didn't need any of it. Just needed to tweak my diet. So now I have no pain. I'm sleeping better. I won't go on and on about that one, but if you've watched any of my videos, you know how huge that is for me. I hadn't slept decent in years. Falling asleep was torture. The next day, I was always so tired, so fatigued. I was scared I wasn't going to be able to drive sometimes, even just 20 minutes in the car. I would go pick up my grandkids from school and I'd always fall asleep. I'd have to set the alarm on my phone because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up to go get them. And it was terrible. I cried many, many days because I hated being so tired, and nothing helped in the afternoons, and not even coffee. I wanted to go to bed. But the thing is, when it came time to go to bed, my mind wouldn't shut off. I could never just go to bed like a normal person. Now, when it's time to go to bed, my head hits the pillow, I'm out, and I sleep for 6, 7 hours. Fine. I get up maybe once at night. So that is huge. And because I'm sleeping, I wake up feeling refreshed. I have energy. I can get up and do things. And even before I have my coffee is my morning ritual, and it does help clear the cobwebs out of my mind. But even without coffee, I still wake up and I have energy and I'm ready to go. So that's huge. I'm not snoring. It never bothered me, but apparently I snored quite a bit. My husband and my grandkids, they all noticed it, and they've all told me, you don't snore anymore. So that's more for them than me. But anyway, they appreciate that one. The weight loss, like I said, I wasn't even looking for that. Of course, I needed to do that, but I just wanted to feel good. And the weight has been coming off without any issues. I don't even, I get up every morning and I run downstairs to get on the scale, which you're not supposed to do, but then other people say it's okay. So I'm going to side with them. But anyway, I go downstairs, I get on the scale, and I have the kind that weighs you, so you can see if you've lost half a pound or ounces, whatever. And it continually goes down. I did hit a stall for a brief period of time. That's when I gave up the nuts. I thought, oh, maybe it's the nuts. And then I made some fat bombs because I wasn't getting enough fat. At least that's what I thought. And within a couple of days, it started to go back down again. So, yeah, that's been wonderful. It's, like I said, it's steadily going down. Mental clarity, huge issue. Everybody's got brain fog. Everybody, even kids have it. And that's from the foods that we're eating. You can't help it. You're just feeling like, ugh, all the time. You can just see it. I can see it, in other people when they're just looking at you and the way they're talking, I just feel sharper. And when you get older, that's important because we're all always worried about, losing that edge, dementia and stuff. I don't feel that way anymore, and there's been so many times before this where I thought, oh my God, am I getting dementia? Am I getting senile? Because you would just lose your track of thought or you couldn't find the right word. And it's scary, but it was just mental fog caused from all the crap that I was eating, the toxins and stuff, and it feels wonderful to have a clear head, to really be able to think about things. So that one is absolutely a huge issue for me. Mental health. I don't have the mood swings that I had. I would get like depressed and hormonal. That's what I blamed it on anyway. The mood swings, the high highs, the low lows. I don't have that either anymore. I'm kind of at an even kill. I just feel good all the time. And I like that too, because it used to be like, especially in the evening, I don't know, my mood would always drop. And especially by the time I went to bed, I'd always be like in a funk. I don't feel that way anymore. And it feels good, to be happy. I don't have any indigestion issues, no heartburn. And I did. I was experiencing heartburn. I don't have that. Or gas and bloating, because most of those things are caused, from the fruits and the vegetables. You don't have that anymore. Everybody talks about that. So that's a nice issue to resolve. And I'm still having, I don't have any issues as far as in the bathroom. I was worried about that because I was the person that ate a bowl of popcorn every night because I really thought that was helping me as far as the fiber, and I never had any issues. So I swore it was the popcorn, but I'm not eating popcorn and I still don't have any issues. It's different. I don't go as much as I used to, but I am going and it's been fine. No diarrhea, no constipation. So that's really nice to experience. Also, if you have any skin conditions, I had heard about this ahead of time, and I was surprised when I realized it on me. I had patchy, dry skin, so on my face and on my arms and stuff. It just went away. It just is totally cleared up. And even like on the edges of my hairline, after I would take a shower and stuff, and I would use all kinds of different conditioners and stuff and rub them into my scalp and oils and stuff, I always had like, dandruff or whatever, dry skin around my hairline. I don't have that anymore. That seems weird to me too, that it just would clear up. So yeah, it helps a bunch of different skin conditions, psoriasis, eczema, dandruff. You'd be surprised. And because those are caused from, the foods that you're eating. And then one weird thing that it helped me with, I hadn't heard anybody else discuss, but I had a leaky eye for years and years. I had an eye that would just leak for no reason. It used to drive me nuts. I always had to have tissue on me and I was always like wiping my eye, but I no longer have a leaky eye. So I'm thinking that had to be caused by inflammation. It's amazing what inflammation will do. I need to do some more research on that because I'm just astounded by, things that are gone and I know were attributed to the inflammation. So those are just some of the things that have happened to me. You can go online if you're really curious and you will see so many people tell you about all the wonderful things it's done for them. Just, some people have even said that it's cured like cancer or other really bad illnesses. And that's amazing to me. So yeah, I really would like to see other people give it a try. I can't guarantee you, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I really think that it would be beneficial. If nothing else, just the process of elimination is going to help you if you have other issues, because most likely it's caused from the foods you're eating. So if you can at least give up all those, high processed foods, all the sugars, the carbohydrates and stuff, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel a lot better. Now, it's debatable. Some people say that meat is bad. They still can't wrap their head around it. But all I can go on is how I feel now. And maybe this is not a long-term way of eating, but what is no longer eating sugar, no longer eating carbohydrates, no longer eating processed foods. That's something that is a healthy, sustainable way of eating. And I want to continue doing that. And I believe the only way that I will continue is by eating more meat, high fatty meats. I can't see that I would be able to do that on another diet. I would like to introduce more fruits and vegetables at some point in my diet, just because I like them. Whether a lot of doctors say they're full of nutrition, but our bodies don't absorb them. But I did enjoy them, and that's the whole point. I want to be able to enjoy certain foods as long as they don't cause me any issues. If I introduce them back into my diet and all of a sudden I have digestive issues or some other issues, inflammation or skin, then I'm going to have to cut it out or limit it. We'll see at that point. But I can't foresee myself doing just meat forever because I enjoy foods. I enjoy making food for my family, for, the holidays. I'm not a cook. I don't cook every day. My husband's the cook, but I do make, holiday meals and things like that. I enjoy doing that. And I like going out to restaurants and birthday parties and stuff like that. I can find alternatives in a healthier way to eat. But like I said, occasionally I'm going to want a piece of pumpkin pie, or I am going to want, stuffing with my turkey at Thanksgiving. I think at some point I should be able to introduce those things back in. Not every day. I don't want to eat them every day, but occasionally, because it just makes life more enjoyable. If I thought my future was just me eating hamburger and eggs for the rest of my life, I'd just end it now, because that just doesn't sound good. Some people say that you should just eat for fuel. Well, good for you. If you're that disciplined, that's awesome. That's not me. Food is actually a bonding thing with the family. We sit down, we eat, we talk about what's in the food and the recipes, and we try to make healthy foods. We've done that. It's not like we make all bad foods, and I think, I've seen a lot of carnivores that try to make healthy alternatives, like to ice cream and things like that. So I'm going to look into that and see. And you can eventually use sweeteners like stevia and I think allulose, things like that. So I don't think it's forever. I think at some point I'm going to be able to do that and enjoy it. But I just got to be careful how I do it. And like I said, I want to be able to eat. I like vegetables, and I've watched all those videos that say plants are trying to kill us and they're poisonous, but they've been bred now, so are hybrids, so that we are able to eat them, and maybe we don't absorb all the nutrition. I don't fully understand that, but I still like them. I love green beans. I love Brussels sprouts. Maybe I won't eat the ones that are high in oxalates. I'll try and stay away from those, but I like food. I like fruits, mangoes and watermelons. And I know now, though, they're saying that the fruit we're eating nowadays isn't what we used to get. They're just basically candy. They're so sweet, full of so much sugar, and that's not good. But that's probably why I like them. So I especially am going to have to be careful, because I am a sugar addict. And it's like I said, it's, if you're a cocaine addict, can you just have a little bit of cocaine? So I need to think about all that ahead of time before I dive back into that. And I don't think I will. I think I'll be careful about it, because, like I said, I feel wonderful. It feels good to feel good. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I want others who are thinking about it and not sure to give it a try, because there's so many diets out there, and I've tried most of them, and I've never enjoyed any of them. I always just thought, okay, I'm doing this because I need to lose weight and I want to get healthy. And I would, wrap my head around it and I would do it, but I was never really excited about it. It wasn't like, I'm really enjoying this. I never did. I was like, I'm doing this because I need to do it. And that was the whole reason I started this. But I don't feel that way. Like I said, every day it's like, I eat some good food. I'm fortunate. My husband cooks and he makes some really amazing meat. And tomorrow I'm throwing a roast in the crock pot, and I can't wait to come home, because I love, a roast that's cooked in the crock pot, especially in the fall. I used to cook a lot of meals in the crock pot. Well, I can still do that. I can throw a chicken in there and come home and just munch down on the whole chicken if I want. I won't, but I throw a roast in there, and yeah, and then drink the broth or whatever. Just don't ever buy the no sodium bone broth. Oh my God, that stuff was disgusting. I was so mad because it was so expensive. But anyway, yeah, make your own if you can. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope, if you weren't sure about it, now you might give it a try. And like I say, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll try to answer anything. I'm still a newbie myself, but I've learned a lot, and I don't mind sharing with you. So yeah, if you're interested and you want to know anything, just shoot me a comment. I'll try and help you out. And I guess that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. How'd I do? Oh my God. What'd I tell you? 20 minutes? I doubt that. I can't imagine. If you made it to the end, would you at least give me a thumbs up and let me know? I want to see if anybody's made it this far listening to me chatter. If you have, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, and thank you for your support. You guys are awesome. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase.